In the world of reality television, few shows evoke as much drama and emotional roller coaster as Love is Blind. Its premise, built on the concept of blind dating and getting engaged without seeing the person you're committing to, has led to many shocking twists and unpredictable moments. Season 8 of Love is Blind was no exception, and one of the most heart-wrenching narratives to emerge was that of Monica Thanos and Joey Lavier. Their love story, which began with such promise in the pods, faced numerous challenges that ultimately led to a momentous decision at the altar. In an exclusive interview with E! News, Monica Thanos revealed the pivotal moment she knew she could not say "I do" to Joey, a decision that shocked both fans and the couple themselves. Their journey had initially been full of potential. Monica, a passionate and emotionally intelligent woman, formed a deep connection with Joey during their time in the pods. Their conversations were intense and heartfelt, and both seemed ready to take the leap into marriage. Joey, a charismatic and adventurous man, shared his excitement with Monica about building a life together. Their chemistry was undeniable, and from the moment they got engaged, their fans were rooting for them. However, as is often the case in the Love is Blind universe, the reality of being in a relationship with someone you've never physically seen begins to test the very foundation on which it was built. Once the couples left the pods and entered the real world, things began to change. Monica began to sense that the physical attraction, which had initially been a non-issue, might not be as strong as she had hoped. Despite their deep emotional connection, Monica struggled to reconcile the vision she had of Joey with the reality of their relationship. The couple's interactions started to reveal cracks in their connection, particularly when it came to their differing life goals, communication styles, and expectations. Monica expressed in her interview that as much as she tried to ignore the growing doubts, a particular moment during their wedding planning solidified her fears. She explained that as they were preparing for their big day, Joey became more focused on the details of the ceremony, while Monica found herself withdrawing emotionally. She began to realize that, despite their strong emotional bond, she wasn't truly ready to commit to a lifetime with him. The moment that clinched her decision occurred during a candid conversation they had in the days leading up to the wedding. Joey was discussing their future with such optimism, speaking about how they could overcome any challenges as long as they were together. While Monica appreciated his idealism, she couldn't shake the feeling that she wasn't as emotionally invested as she once thought. Monica admitted that her hesitation came from a deeper place of self-awareness. She realized that her journey on Love is Blind had led her to confront her own fears about intimacy, commitment, and what it truly meant to be in a marriage. She had started to understand that while she may have wanted to be in love, the reality of the commitment was far more complex than the idealized version she had imagined. The moment at the altar, when she was supposed to say "I do," became the ultimate test of whether she was ready to take that leap. Monica confessed that when the moment arrived, she simply knew she couldn't move forward with Joey, despite their shared history and the love they had built over the past months. Joey, understandably, was devastated by her decision. He had hoped that their connection in the pods would be strong enough to withstand the challenges of the real world, and he believed that they had made it through the hardest part. The breakup at the altar was painful, and both of them had to face the emotional fallout in the days and weeks that followed. For Monica, it was a relief to be honest with herself, but it didn't come without its own sense of guilt and sadness. She had invested so much emotionally in the relationship and felt conflicted about turning her back on something that had felt so right in the beginning. Yet, as she reflected on her decision, she knew it was the right one for her long-term happiness. The aftermath of their breakup was difficult for both Monica and Joey, as it was for many of the Love is Blind couples who faced the ultimate decision. But for Monica, the clarity she gained in that moment at the altar became a key turning point in her life. She began to focus more on her own personal growth, understanding that being true to herself was more important than any external expectations of love or success. Monica's self-reflection led her to explore what she truly wanted in a partner, someone who would complement her strengths and understand her vulnerabilities, not just someone who seemed like a good match on paper. Joey, on the other hand, had to process the heartbreak of being left at the altar. It was clear from his reactions that he had hoped for a different outcome, but he also had to accept the reality that love is not always enough to overcome personal differences and life circumstances. In the days following the wedding, both Joey and Monica received an outpouring of support from fans, with many expressing sympathy for the difficult decision Monica had to make. Others, however, questioned whether they could have worked through their issues had they communicated more openly or explored their differences further. In the weeks after the season finale aired, both Monica and Joey took time to reflect on their experiences. For Monica, the decision to walk away from the wedding was a moment of growth, one that allowed her to realize that true love requires more than just a deep emotional connection. It requires a shared vision of the future and the willingness to work through inevitable challenges. She recognized that despite the intense feelings she had for Joey, their relationship was not meant to last in the way she had envisioned. Instead of settling for a relationship that didn't fully align with her values, Monica chose to move forward with an open heart, ready to embrace whatever the future might hold. Joey, while heartbroken, seemed to take the decision with a sense of maturity, acknowledging that sometimes love does not turn out the way we hope, but that doesn't invalidate the experience. He took comfort in the fact that he had been true to his feelings, even if the outcome wasn't what he had hoped for. Fans who had watched their relationship unfold felt for both of them, as the emotional complexity of their situation was something many could relate to. Sometimes, no matter how hard you try, a relationship simply doesn't work out. In the aftermath of their breakup, both Monica and Joey found their own paths forward. Monica, who had been deeply introspective about her journey on Love is Blind, began to pursue new ventures, including working on her personal growth and career. She also remained open to the idea of love, but with a newfound understanding of what she truly needed in a relationship. For Joey, the end of his engagement with Monica also marked the beginning of his own journey of self-discovery, focusing on healing and rediscovering his passions outside of the relationship. Their story, while heartbreaking, serves as a reminder that love is not always a straightforward path. The emotional complexities of relationships, especially those formed under the intense scrutiny of reality television, can be incredibly challenging to navigate.